Hey guys, hello and welcome back to Now Read This with Shazam Watkins. It's been a long time since I've done a book review, and I just finished The Rum Diary by Hunter S. Thompson. It's the first book I've actually ever read by Hunter S. Thompson. Obviously, he's very well known for things like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail. I think he wrote this book about the Hells Angels. Very strange guy, interesting guy, but this book was awesome. It was it reminded me in a weird way of Murakami, in the sense that I kind of couldn't put it down, even though it wasn't a gripping story or anything. It just felt relaxing. It kind of felt like a cozy read, and I absolutely loved every second of it. It's basically his only novel, as far as I'm aware. Obviously, he wrote some sort of fictionalized works. I know Fear and Loathing was somewhat fictional, but I watched an interview with him where he was talking about The Rum Diary being his only true novel, which I thought was kind of interesting, because I had always thought most of his books were probably more fictional than anything. But it turns out that The Rum Diary is technically a novel, even though when I was reading it, it certainly felt like very much autobiographical. The main character is a man in his late 20s, early 30s, named Paul Kemp. And he ends up taking a job in South America, which I think it's Puerto Rico, I want to say. And at that time, it was still largely, I guess, it was very poor. There wasn't a whole lot of Americanized things there, still very much the native culture. And so there wasn't much to do other than drink rum and eat hamburgers at a single bar that was there. So it's this guy who's kind of seeking riches and fortune, and he's trying to find a good job in somewhere that's more interesting than New York City or anywhere else he's written before. And I think the most interesting thing about the book was that it made me want the Caribbean. He says multiple times in the book that if Paul Kemp had wanted to go to the Caribbean, he should have kept going. So, meaning he should have kept going further south, which I just thought was kind of funny. It's like white sand beaches and palm trees and rum everywhere, but you're still not quite at the Caribbean. So there's a lot of weird shit that goes on, but it's kind of just almost a day-to-day documenting of the shenanigans. There's a lot of nights where they get shit-faced and do some really stupid shit, get arrested and put into prison, get beat up by the native populace. And I really love how he characterizes the newsroom. He works for a small newspaper. It's one of the only, if not the only, American publication in Puerto Rico. And it's not very popular with the locals, and it's not very popular in general. It doesn't sell very much, and so it's this paper that's slowly but surely just nickel and diming itself to death. And the people that work for the paper don't take it very seriously, and they don't really focus very hard on their job. They mostly get drunk and kind of shit out menial work, like at the least that they could possibly kind of get away with. But there's not really much going on there, so there's not much to write about. So it just, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed it. I think his prose are obviously incredible. I think he wrote this in his earlier life and just sat on the manuscript until he released it towards the end of his life, as far as I'm aware. But I loved it. It made me more excited to read more of what Hunter does. Obviously, he's kind of a legendary figure. I kind of feel bad that I haven't read more of his stuff before now, but I think you guys would really enjoy it. I really loved it. It made me honestly crave going down to the islands. I don't know why, but I think that it's kind of convinced me that I need to go get out of America and go see some islands in South America, regardless of the sort of negative connotation that he puts on that area. It still made me kind of want to go down there and just get lost and feel sort of the same way that maybe he's characterizing the experience that the main character has in that place. So yeah, that's kind of what I felt about the book. I loved it. It actually made me want to read it out loud. It would be a great audiobook to do on the channel. And I know some of you have requested Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, so maybe that's the next one I'll do after Mostly Harmless is done. I had to take a break with Mostly Harmless this week. Some stuff came up, but yeah, I just really enjoyed the book. I think you guys would like it. So Hunter S. Thompson, The Rum Diary, that's my 2 cents on it. Really short book, like 200 pages. You could probably get through it in a day easily. But I read it on the beach in my underwear for the most part. And I don't drink alcohol, so I wasn't drinking any rum. But I think, you know, if you do drink alcohol, you should probably pour yourself some nice rum, some hot rum, get in the sun, and just enjoy the book. Other than that, exciting news. I recently edited a book called Gothic Violence for an author named Mike Ma. I had previously done the audiobook for his first debut novel called Harassment Architecture, and that was a bestseller, 2-time bestseller. And Gothic Violence is my first foray into editing books for other authors, and it is also a bestseller and came out yesterday. So I encourage you to go get that book to support my work if you so desire. I don't know if all of you will enjoy or appreciate it, but I love it. His first book changed a lot for me, and I encourage everyone to read it. And it was just kind of cool to be able to edit somebody else's work, especially continuing to work in books and literature. So yeah, enjoy. I hope you guys like it. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. It's been a beautiful summer. I wish you all a beautiful summer. It's white boy summer. Get it on and enjoy yourselves. All right, much love. Always praying for you guys. And thank you for watching. And I'll probably upload another thing maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but you know, we'll see. All right, much love. Bye.